Hello and welcome. You are listening to the At Home with Ifeno podcast. This podcast is for anyone, male and female, who believes that the home is the cornerstone and foundation of a flourishing society and a better world. Here, we'll guide you through the intricate journey of building a home that's not just a physical space. Whether you are single, preparing to share your life with another, a couple cultivating a shared dream, or parents tending to the garden of their children's hearts. Every other week, we'll talk about topics like practical tips on managing family finances, creating a beautiful home, conversations on courtship, marriage, parenting, and much more. The At Home with Ifeno podcast offers a rich tapestry of inspiration and support. Join us as we explore creating homes where love resides, families thrive in wisdom, and the seeds of a brighter future are sown, just as God intended. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno. How are you today? It's a great day, and I just want to tell you that don't give up. Don't give up. Yes. As long as you have the breath of life in your nostrils, it's another day with great possibilities, with opportunities, and just go and show up, do your thing, do what you know you ought to do, and you will be surprised at what the outcome will be. So I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are connecting with me. How are you? Please go on the comment section and tell me how you are doing. It's not a cliche. I honestly want to know how you are doing. And we're gradually winding down in the month of July. How has it been? We have been on the series of the value you build. We started the month with the value you build as a single. Then we moved to the value you build as a couple. And today we are going to be talking about the value you build as parents. The value you build as a parent. But before we do that, I would like you to click on the subscribe button if you haven't done. Make sure you share this episode immediately after you listen to it, and drop your lesson or the practical thing you are going to do to make sure that we are not just dwelling on inspiration, but we are going out to practicalize what we learn, because that is where the real change happens. We have a lot of information today. We have a lot of podcasts today. Yeah. So the only way we are going to see our homes change, the only way we are going to see ourselves thrive, the only way we are going to see difference positively in our marriage and in our children is when we take one thing that we are going to do and we put it into action. So those are the things that I would like you to do, and it promises to be worth your time today. So get that sweet spot where there will be no distractions, nobody disturbing you, and listen, with intentionality. It promises to be worth the investment of your time. So the value you build as a parent, the value you build as a parent. Do we know that our children are shaped by what we do repeatedly? Do we know that our children experience their lives by what we eventually do every day and every time? And sometimes it happens unconsciously. So consciously or unconsciously, what our children experience repeatedly eventually shapes them. And that is why as a parent, we need to be very careful about what goes on in our families. So I welcome you once again to At Home with Ifeno podcast today. And I honestly want to talk about parenting, not from pressure, not from perfection, as Ifeno would say, not from, the exhausting idea that parents must always get everything right. I want to say that Ifeno is still on the parenting journey, and I think parenting is a lifelong journey because even we that are already adults, our parents, for those of us that are blessed and fortunate to still have our parents, in one way or the other, they chip in one or two things. Yes, they won't make the decisions for us, but they have that influence in a way. They are still part of our lives. So parenting is a lifelong journey, and many times, with the little I have observed from my own journey, I know my journey is still long and far, yes. But the little I've observed, I found out that we all are learning, and nobody always gets everything right. So I want us to talk from the reality that parenting is one of the deepest forms of building. Parenting is one of the greatest forms of building because every home is building something. Your home, my home is building something. How? Through the words we speak, through our habits, through the atmosphere we create, through reactions, through the priorities that, comes up in our home, through what is consistently allowed and what is consistently not allowed, through what is practiced. We build with all these different aspects, through what we ignore or what we emphasize. And many times, dear listener, the greatest things our children carry into adulthood, the things that shape the way they will behave as an adult, are not only the big lessons that we teach. They are not about the sermons that we usually have. The things that shape our children are actually the values that they quietly absorb while we are living with them, while they are living with us. Our habits, our decisions, our reactions, our body language. And like I said, there are times when we don't get it right as parents. So this episode is not here to beat us up or to make us feel bad and feel, oh, I'm really doing a terrible job. It's an episode to encourage us not to give up. It's an episode to encourage us that we should be more intentional. It's an episode to know that we need to be intentional about all we are doing at home. So, like I said, our children absorb quietly how we live with them right from childhood, how conflicts can be handled, how corrections happen, how peace is actually experienced, how we treat people, the way we speak to people, the way we speak to even our domestic help, the driver, whoever it is, the way we relate with our neighbors. Our children are absorbing all these little details. How God also is represented at home. Do we just talk about Him, or do our children see that God is part of our daily lives, not just on the day we go to a place of worship? So parenting is not just about raising successful children academically. No, it's not about them getting all the A's, and being high flyers. Those are also very important. But parenting is more holistic. It's about shaping human beings. It's about raising people that we usually say the next leaders, the future leaders of tomorrow. I want to say that our children are already leaders right from when they are here. Yeah. So they evolve and grow into it right from home. We are already teaching them. They are already seeing what leadership is, because leadership is not just about title. Leadership is not just about certificates. Leadership is the way we live holistically. So honestly, this responsibility can really feel heavy. It can really be overwhelming at times, because there's no parent that has that strength and stamina every day. There are days that we are tired. There are days where we are overwhelmed. There are days where we wished we handled things differently. But even in our imperfect homes, even when we make the mistake, there is a place where we can intentionally still make things matter deeply. So today, like I said, I want to talk about the value you build as a parent, and to know that it is very, very critical in how our world is seen tomorrow. There are going to be practical ways I would just make today's topic, so that we will leave this episode going back home to put into action the things that we have learned and the places where we need to fill up the gaps. So, one of the areas where we build as parents is by building emotional safety at home. Is our home safe emotionally? Beyond the high gates and the high walls and the burglary and everything, how is our home emotionally? How are our children feeling back at? One of the greatest gifts we can give our children as parents is emotional safety. A home where children are not constantly afraid. A home where they can speak honestly to us as their parents. A home where connection exists without us humiliating them. A home where love is not withdrawn because of the mistakes that they have made. Yes, we know that there is what we call tough love. Yes, we want to, make sure that we enforce the things that we are trying to teach our children. But children will flourish in a place where they know they are safe, in a place that is emotionally safe. And that does not mean that there is lack of discipline, like I just said. So there is discipline, and there is a place where you make the child know that yes, this is what you have done. Yes, there are consequences, and reassure them that they are loved, that they can always come to you to express themselves, and that even if what you are trying to convey to them is not what they expect, that they are still your children. They are not, they are not looked at in a demeaning way. So emotional safety does not mean a lack of discipline. It means that the child knows I am loved even while being corrected. So what are the practical ways we can build this emotional safety in our homes as parents, so that our children know, that we love them, but that they need that structure, they need that discipline to also guide them? The first thing is to listen without immediately reacting harshly. This could be very challenging. There are times when I react, before even when I just hear what I don't expect, and then I'm just like, what is this? But one of the ways we can make our children relaxed and know that they are safe, that they can come to us, is that we should listen. Many times as parents, we don't listen to our children. We hear them, but we don't listen. So one of the ways we can build this emotional safety is to listen, and hopefully and prayerfully believe that we are not going to react harshly immediately. Secondly, is to avoid shaming our children in public. This is one big one. beyond even children, nobody, even us as parents, will not like to be, embarrassed publicly. And so we must avoid doing that to our children. Avoid shaming your children publicly. Thirdly, correct behavior without attacking identity. Correct the act. Focus on the act above the personality. Focus on what was done over the identity of your children. Allow children to express their emotions respectfully, and then apologize when you find out that you are wrong. This is an area that many of us parents do not really handle well. We need to admit when we did not do something well and apologize. Why? Because our children are learning from us, whether we like it or not. If we are those kind of parents that don't even apologize to ourselves as couple, or the children, is obvious that this thing mommy did or this thing daddy said was not the right thing, if we don't apologize, then we are telling them that that is the way to live. So we must be able to apologize when situations are not properly handled. One of the ways we can build this emotional safety for our children is to also have regular moments, for conversations without pressure. They are on their way back from school. What happened today? What made your day, unique? Hope you are fine. Ask them without unnecessary pressure. And it might not even be then, it can be when you are eating on the dinner table, on the dining table. You could ask, okay, what's really happened? Just to ease every form of pressure, and also to look at the time. We should understand that we need to understand our children and when they will be relaxed to open up with us, because when there's a lot of pressure, they don't feel safe. Once there's a lot of pressure, or that atmosphere is not relaxed. So we should know when to do this so that our children would open up and not be afraid to respond. Because when our children stop opening up, then we fall into the tendency of not getting the best from them. A simple weekly practice that we can, put into action is, maybe you could have one-on-one conversation with each of your child. Each child, if you have more than one child, have, apart from the general talk with every one of them, you should make sure or take out time to see how once in a while, it might not be every day, we want us to be feasible and realistic. So maybe at the end of the week, or I usually do this when my children are on midterm, one-on-one, just to find out how they are doing, what are the things that they want to work on from both ends, their observation concerning us as parents, and then from their own side too. So create that atmosphere where you can have one-on-one moments with each child. It mustn't be only during correction when something has gone bad. You could have talks during time in the kitchen, cooking or doing something together. You could have conversations at different times, at home. So that connection is often built in our everyday life. It mustn't be one big event happening before we have that connection, because connection with our children is something we must be intentional about building. We do not want to lose them. Even in the time of correction, I found out that we need to connect with them for us to truly correct them. So we need to connect with our children for correction to really, work in their lives. The second thing that we build as parents is the values that we build through our daily living. Children learn more from what we model to them over what we talk about. They look at how we behave, they look at how we do things, and unconsciously, those are the ways they pick up, the values. So we need to ask ourselves as parents, what are we modeling to our children? If respect is taught but not practiced at home, children will notice. The children will notice it. If you are always preaching about kindness and your children have never seen you be kind to someone, it will be a difficult, value to imbibe. Excuse me. So it is what we practicalize that our children absorb easily. So parenting is actually practical. There's no other way to say it. Our parenting is what we practice, what we do. And I keep saying this, that even the relationship between us as couples, as couples in a marriage, the children will learn. They will understand what it is to be married through the way you and your spouse behave, consciously and unconsciously. So parenting is practical, and the atmosphere of the home constantly teaches. The way we do things, the way you respond, the way you react, the way you treat other people, your conversations, the tone and everything, they pick it. And that is why we must always sit back to assess how we're doing and make the correction, and let them see our vulnerability too. That could be hard, but let them know that, okay, you make mistakes, you correct them, those mistakes, and they know that, oh, so it is not out of place when they too also sleep and they rise again. So practical values that children could learn by observation is responsibility, kindness, like I just said, discipline. As parents, we want our children to be disciplined. We want them to do the right thing at the right time. We want them to show that they are capable of carrying out their duties without being cajoled or pursued at a certain age. So all these things are things that we need to also demonstrate. The value of humility, the value of gratitude, all these values, the things that we want to see. So whatever we want to see in our children, then we must be ready to put it into action. And many of us parents, our struggles are not solved just by more instructions. So the problem with us as parents is not because we are not giving instructions. It is because we are not modeling healthier patterns consistently. So it is not about how many rules we have made. It is how we put those rules we have set out into practice, how we put them out, doing them consistently. That is what will solve a lot of things that we are facing as parental struggles. What are the practical ways we can teach our children values? Like I've been saying, children always observe, not just hearing, but they watch. And the watching and observation is a very powerful way of them learning. How do we build presence over performance? In the days and the times we live in our world, our children are constantly feeling that their parents are not there for them. Yes, we buy so many gifts and toys and whatever for them, but they want to see us. They want us to be present. Have you ever seen a child that looked forward to their parents coming, for those in the boarding house on visiting day, and didn't come? I went to a boarding school, and I know how, I looked forward to seeing my parents or even my guardian on visiting days. And I also saw how some people looked forward to seeing their loved ones, and nobody came for some people at certain times. So our children want us to be present. It's so easy, for us to be physically present even at times, but we are not emotionally connecting with our children. Everyone is busy, parents are tired, phones are distracting us, our schedules are full. And sometimes children mainly experience instruction, correction, or even routines without enough connection. So it's not about dashing the rules on the phone, and reeling it out. The children want you to be there. If possible, put into practice what you are telling them. Let them see you there and hands on. Then they will value presence, being around. Have you been invited for your children's open day and you couldn't make it, and it has become a continuous, consistent practice? Dear parents, we need to build presence, not expensive perfection. Presence, being noticed by our children, being heard by our children, being understood by our children. And honestly, some children act out simply because connection is not there. Sometimes the disobedience we see in some of our children is because they just feel, you are not there for me. I don't see you. I see other parents, but I don't see you. Dear listener, please, I will encourage us. Let's be present for our children. I'm not saying you must be there with them, sitting down 24 hours. Definitely you will go to work. Definitely you will have to do your business. But let the children know you are there for them. Let them see you at important events of their life. Let them know that you support them, and that even though you have a busy schedule, you still make out time for them. Our children are learning, about how we prioritize what is important to them by our actions. So we need to build presence, and we need to build presence by making eye contact. Social media has become our greatest challenge and fight in many areas, including with our parenting. So we need to reduce unnecessary phone distractions during our family time. If our children are talking to us, please, can you just focus on them and have that eyeball to eyeball contact? Because even as an adult, I believe you will not like to be speaking with anybody and that person is not even looking at you. That is the same thing, and that's how our children feel. When you are talking with them, they want that eye contact. It means that you are telling them that you matter to me. I can see you. You are present. So we need to build presence. We need to build the values in them. We also need to build emotional safety at home for our children. These are the ways that we build value as parents. These are the ways we build value as parents. So I want us to honestly have a reflective moment. Let's pause for a moment and reflect honestly. What atmosphere does my parenting consistently create? What atmosphere? Is the atmosphere in my home so tense regularly? Is there always arguments, quarrels, hopefully no fights at home? That atmosphere has a way of reflecting over our children. Do my children mainly experience fear or safety? If my children are to speak to someone and they were told, describe how your home is, what happens at home, would they feel that they are not safe? Would they feel afraid or scared? Because that atmosphere is rubbing off on our children, and we don't want to build that kind of home for our children. What values are my daily habits teaching? What values are my daily habits, what I do every day, consciously and unconsciously. My children are watching. What are the values they are learning from my own daily habits? Am I parenting only behavior, or I am nurturing the young hearts under my care? Am I just playing out a performance to my children, or I am being real and nurturing, values and a life that would shape their adulthood right from where they are today? What practical change can I begin today, dear parents? What practical change can we begin today? Because parenting is not built in one perfect moment. There's going to be ups and downs in our parenting. So it's a sum total. If not, we will not be real. And the world is already filled with a lot of fake people. We don't want to be fake parents. So parenting is not built on just one perfect moment. Parenting is built repeatedly through small daily interactions over time. So as I bring this series of the value you build to a close, I want this episode to be practical, like I said at the beginning, not just something emotional to just listen to and say, oh, Ifeno, I've heard what you said, I would, no. I want us to be intentional. So I'd like to share 3 intentional things intentional things that will help us create the connection and the values that our children will learn from our home, and will help them become the adults that we pray and desire for them. So 1, create one intentional connection moment with each child of yours. Create one intentional connection moment with each of your children. Let it not just be only about correcting. What are you going to do together with your children individually? Are you going to play a game together? Are you going to watch a movie together? Are you going to cook together? Are you just going to listen to them talk to you? Are you going to play a game? Are you going to laugh together, crack jokes together? Create one intentional connection moment with each of your child and see what it will do. I guarantee you it's going to gradually make them open up when they see that you are sincerely wanting to connect with them. So secondly, identify one value you want your home to reflect as a parent, more intentionally. Maybe it's about being honest, maybe it's kindness, maybe it's patience or respect. Choose one particular value you want your home to reflect. Be you a father or a mother. And then ask your children what practical habits can help build that value consistently. Do it together with them so that they are involved and they also feel that they are part of it. And thirdly, model what you want to see in your children. Children learn deeply through observation, like I said. If you want respect, then you have to model respect. If you want honesty, then we must practice honesty. If you want emotional, connection, then you need to put it into practice. This is not just about perfection, but it is being intentional growth as parents. That is what this episode is calling us to. So I would like you, like I said earlier, if this episode encouraged you and is something that you believe will help another parent, please share this to a parent. This episode could be a reminder that we are building, whether we think about it or not, We are building through our words, we are building through our reactions, we are building through the atmosphere that our home, presents to our children. Because value you consistently build at home often becomes part of the emotional foundation our children will carry into adulthood. The value you build consistently as a parent at home will become part of. Thanks for joining us this week on the At Home with Ifeno podcast. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17 and on YouTube at Home with Ifeno podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch every new episode and leave us a comment so we can build a strong community. See you in 2 weeks' time.